Chiefs Kingdom. Hold on a second, because this just got interesting. I'm Victor, and right when we thought the running back situation couldn't get more dramatic, now we're being linked to Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker. And at the same time, Travis Etienne is reportedly interested in coming to Kansas City. That's not random. That's a statement. After a 6-11 season and major questions in the run game, the Chiefs could either make a splash in free agency with a proven big play back, or completely reshape the draft strategy at number 9 overall. And here's the thing. Whichever direction they choose could change the identity of this offense heading into 2026. Before we break down what this means for Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the draft board, help us get to 1,600 subscribers. If you're all about real Chiefs talk with no fluff, you're in the right place. All right? Let's talk about what could be the biggest decision of this offseason. When I first saw the report from Albert Breer, I had to read it twice, because this isn't just some random free agency rumor. This is the Kansas City Chiefs being linked to Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker III. That's not small. After a 6-11 season, after watching the run game struggle, after finishing near the bottom of the league in rushing production, the Chiefs are clearly being viewed around the league as a team that needs explosion in the backfield. And Walker? He's coming off a 161-yard scrimmage performance and walked away with MVP honors. That's big playability on the biggest stage. Now here's the key detail. This only becomes real if Seattle declines to franchise tag him. And that's not guaranteed, but it's possible. The Seahawks have major extension decisions coming up with Devin Witherspoon and Jackson Smith-Njigba. If they prioritize those deals, Walker could hit the market. And if he does, the Chiefs are reportedly seen as a serious suitor. Now as a fan, I have mixed emotions. And I think that's fair. On one hand, Walker is 25 years old. He's explosive. He's proven he can deliver in championship moments. And let's be honest, this offense desperately needs juice. We saw it last season. The run game didn't scare anyone. There weren't many chunk plays. The explosiveness just wasn't there. Brett Veach already said the team wants to get more explosive in the run game this offseason. That's not speculation. That's public messaging. And remember, the Chiefs reportedly tried to trade for Breece Hall at the deadline last year. That tells you they're not philosophically against investing at running back if the right player is available. But here's where it gets strategic. If Kansas City signs Kenneth Walker, that changes everything about the draft. Right now, many expect the Chiefs to consider Notre Dame's Jeremiah Love at number 9 overall. Some even believe he could be the first running back off the board. But if Walker is in the building, suddenly you're not forced into drafting a running back. And that opens doors. Breer even floated the idea of pairing Walker with a high-upside wide receiver like Ohio State's Carnell Tate in round 1. Now you're talking about reshaping the offense in a completely different way. And this is where I get honest with you. For years, the Chiefs haven't made major financial investments at running back. Since Kareem Hunt in 2017, it's mostly been value picks and smart contracts. Andy Reid historically hasn't been the pay top dollar for RB type. But Mahomes is coming off a major knee injury. Managing his workload matters now more than ever. If adding Walker means taking pressure off Mahomes' legs and restoring balance to the offense, that's not just a flashy move. That's strategic protection. Still, we can't ignore the risk. Running backs have short primes. Big contracts can age quickly. And this team also has needs at pass rusher, defensive tackle, offensive tackle, premium positions that are harder and more expensive to fix later. So the question becomes, is Kenneth Walker the final piece to unlock this offense again? Or is he a luxury in a year where the roster needs broader repair? As a fan, I lean toward explosion. I lean toward giving Mahomes weapons. But I also understand the cap math and draft value conversation. This decision wouldn't just be about one player. It would define how the Chiefs attack this entire offseason. And here's the crazy part. There's another layer to this running back situation that makes things even more interesting. Because while we're talking about possibly going after a Super Bowl MVP, there's another big play back who might not even need to be recruited. Let's talk about that. All right, Chiefs Kingdom. Now this is where things get even more interesting. And while we're sitting here talking about the possibility of landing Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker, there's another name that might actually be more realistic, and maybe even smarter, for this roster right now. Travis Etienne. According to Pete Sweeney from the Kansas City Star, there's legitimate interest from Etienne in coming to Kansas City. Not speculation from fans, not random Twitter noise, legit interest. And that changes the tone of this conversation. Because instead of asking, can we convince a star to come here? The question becomes, do we want him, and at what price? Etienne is set to hit free agency on March 11th. Spotrac projects his market value at around $6.8 million per year on a 2-year deal, roughly $13.6 million total. For a 27-year-old running back with multiple 1,000-yard seasons when healthy, that's not outrageous. Let's talk production. Yes, he had a down year in 2024. 558 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, career lows in receiving. But last season, he bounced back strong. 107 rushing yards, 4.3 yards per carry, 7 rushing touchdowns, plus 36 catches for 292 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. That's dual threat ability. And Matt Bowen from ESPN literally called Kansas City the best fit for him. Why? Because Etienne brings play speed. He brings big play capability. He brings the kind of juice this offense has been missing. The Chiefs ranked 25th in rushing last season, 106.6 yards per game. That's not good enough. Not for a team trying to protect a quarterback coming off a serious knee injury. Etienne's 26 runs of 10-plus yards last season, tied for 12th in the NFL. That's chunk play production. That's flipping field position. That's lightening the load on Mahomes. And here's the strategic angle that really matters. If you sign Etienne at a reasonable number, you're not forced into drafting a running back at 9 overall. You can keep your draft capital flexible. You can target a pass rusher, a defensive tackle, an offensive tackle, premium positions that cost more in free agency. And let's be honest, the Chiefs have multiple roster needs. Running back is important, but it's not the only hole. Now here's the potential obstacle. Jeremiah Love. Many analysts project Love to be the first running back off the board, the Chiefs' pick at number 9. But there's buzz that the Saints could take him at number 8. That means if Kansas City truly wants him, they'd either have to risk losing him or trade up, likely giving away a day 2 pick. That's expensive. So the front office has 2 paths. Path 1. Go splashy. Chase Kenneth Walker. Possibly alter your entire draft board. Path 2. Sign Etienne at a reasonable deal. Maintain draft flexibility. Address multiple premium needs while still upgrading the run game. As a fan, I'm being honest with you. Etienne feels more balanced, more calculated. Less headline-grabbing, but maybe more sustainable. Walker is the bigger name right now because of the Super Bowl MVP moment, but Etienne fits the Andy Reid offense naturally. Screens, backfield motion, receiving out of the slot, he's versatile. And here's the part that excites me the most. He actually wants to be here. You don't always get that. When a top-tier free agent says Arrowhead is where he wants to play, that matters. Now let's zoom out for a second and connect the dots. When you combine the Kenneth Walker rumor with the Etienne interest, what does that tell you? It tells you the Chiefs are not satisfied with the run game. It tells you Brett Veach meant it when he said they want to get more explosive. It tells you they understand protecting Mahomes means building balance. This isn't random smoke. This is a team actively exploring ways to restore identity. And to me, that's decisive. We're not watching a team drift. We're watching a team evaluate options aggressively. Free agency splash, smart mid-tier signing, draft investment, all on the table. Is that positive? I think so. But it's also pivotal, because the wrong decision at running back could limit flexibility elsewhere, and the right one could completely unlock the offense again. Chiefs Kingdom, this offseason isn't about one flashy move, it's about choosing the right direction. And if they get this running back decision right, whether it's Walker, Etienne, or even the draft, this offense could look very different in 2026. Me, personally, I want explosion back at Arrowhead. I want defenses fearing play action again. I want balance. I want Mahomes operating without having to be Superman every drive. And right now, it feels like the front office knows that too. So here's what all of this really means for the Kansas City Chiefs right now. This isn't just a rumor cycle. This isn't off-season noise. This is a franchise at a crossroads deciding how it wants to build the next version of this offense. Whether it's Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, or even a first-round draft pick like Jeremiah Love, the message is clear. The Chiefs are not okay with being average in the run game. They know finishing 25th on the ground isn't sustainable. They know Mahomes can't be the entire offense, especially coming off a knee injury, and to me, that's encouraging. Because it shows urgency, it shows accountability, it shows that this front office understands the margin in the NFL is thin. You don't go from AFC Championship dominance to 6-11 and just shrug it off. Now this next decision is huge. Do you spend bigger on a proven Super Bowl MVP? Do you go value and versatility with Etienne? Or do you trust the draft board and build for long-term cost control? That choice will define 2026. As a fan, I'm hopeful, but I'm also watching closely. This isn't about making a splash for headlines. It's about restoring balance, protecting Mahomes, and bringing explosiveness back to Arrowhead. Because let's be honest, when the run game is dangerous, this offense becomes terrifying. And that's the version of the Chiefs I want back. Now I want to hear from you. If you had to choose right now, Walker, Etienne, or draft Love at number 9, what's your move? Drop it in the comments. Let's debate it the right way. If you're enjoying this kind of real, straight-up Chiefs breakdown, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, help us reach 1,600 subscribers. We're building something strong here. Real Chiefs fans talking real football. I'm Victor, and this off-season decision? It might shape the next chapter of this dynasty.